Hey guys, this is James with Kelvin Tides, and I just thought I'd do a quick video about 123D design and using it still here in 2020. Um, the software, uh, there's a lot of options you have in designing 3D software, programs. If you're modeling for, so let's say, 3D printing, or like we're doing here for the laser cutter, specifically the K40, um, you have so many different options to start with, and really what it comes down to, I think, is usability, price point, and personal preference. And so, my personal preference is 123D design. I started using that back, oh geez, about 5 years ago or so, when I started getting into 3D printing and that sort of thing. And of course, you've got others like Tinkercad and Google SketchUp, and of course you can use 3D software like Blender. There's Autodesk has actually Tinkercad is part of Autodesk now, I believe, and of course Autodesk is known for Fusion 360, which is an excellent program. It's probably a step above 123D design, maybe a few steps above. Um, Whereas I consider Tinkercad kind of a step below, maybe an introductory sort of software. And so 123D design, in my opinion, has been the sort of the mid-ground, uh, excellent piece of software. It seems like when I find a really good piece of software, um, it doesn't it doesn't get supported for too long before something else comes out and takes over. But I've really uh, stuck with this because I like the fact that it, number one, is a standalone design, so I don't have to have an internet connection to use the software, like whereas maybe with Tinkercad, that's a web-based 3D modeling program. So if you don't have an internet connection, then I believe you don't have access to it. And of course, Autodesk, the Fusion 360 does come with a higher price point. There's ways to kind of get around that, um, and there again, an excellent program with a higher learning curve too. So in productivity is kind of a factor when I consider what I'm doing in the K40. How fast can I get a design created? If a customer has a certain idea, and how fast can I bring that idea to life, and something I can show the customer that we can do. So just for me, that's primarily why I'll use 123D design. So when you open the software, you've got this little welcome screen. I'll just go over this real quick. And a lot of, like I said, the uh, product is not supported, so you won't be using a sign in or the join now or the go premium or the website or the blog. And of course, all of your creations in 123D design will need to be saved locally, either on your hard drive or a USB stick or flash drive, SD card, something to that effect, so you won't have any online cloud storage. Of course, you could put it onto, let's say, like your Google Drive, and I just created one for this channel, and we'll talk about that in a minute. So just go through the welcome screen here. You can get a little bit of a tutorial about how to do certain things, and of course, like the autosave function is a really good thing if your computer happens to crash in the middle of a project, then you can recover some of those files. And another thing about Fusion 360, just real quick, is that it is pretty intense on your graphics card, or on your processor. And so the laptop I used to use, it would run Fusion 360 no problem, and I did use it quite a bit, especially with 3D printing. And the newer laptop I have here now just doesn't compare to my old laptop, and I can't run Fusion 360, very economically. It bogs down the CPU so hard. So it's kind of funny. A newer laptop has a worse CPU, although it's It says it was rated for quad 65, so the quad core processor. Anyhow, so yeah, so Autodesk 123D design runs great on this CPU still, and I can save all my projects locally. Um, I can share them, through other media, like as I'm doing on YouTube here, or with Google Drive. And so yeah, it's a little introduction just to the software. If you've never used a 3D modeling software program before, that's why I probably would suggest trying Autodesk 123D Design. Of course, you can't get it anymore from Autodesk's website. They've discontinued everything, including the download. Uh, but I have showed in previous videos where it's still available out on the web if you do a web search, and you can download, and I verified the download was a virus-free download. And so what I've done is I've actually recovered old file for the Win32-bit platform and the Win64. Yeah, here's Tinkercad. As you can see, the design area is kind of similar here. But let's go back to the Google Drive I set up. So I've got 123D design for the Win32 platform and for the Win64 platform. I'm going to leave links in the description below if you would care to download those. Those are going to be free downloads. I just thought I'd set up a little Google Drive to make it easier for people that want to get into designing with 123D design to get a good, valid copy, virus-free copy, that sort of thing. And so I'll provide those links in the description below, and I'm going to start putting some of the project files up here. So like right now I've got the first project file, so I'll leave those in descriptions as we create more projects. I'll go back and put this into project 1 so you can download the file to use in Inkscape. I'm just going to put the SVG up there. If you really want the 123D design file, I can probably do that too. It's going to take up some space, but we've got 15 gigabytes on this Google Drive to work with, so that shouldn't be too much of a problem. Yeah, so that's about it as far as why I still think 123D design is an excellent piece of software to use even still in 2020, as it's been discontinued and sort of forgotten about. But I think it's a great platform to work with, especially designing for 3D printing and for the K40 laser. So if you have any thoughts on projects, please comment, rate, and subscribe. And I thank the new subscribers. Welcome to the channel. It's good to have you. And hopefully we'll do some creative things. So until next time, we'll catch you later. Bye.